So in this formula we have, and we don't call them recipes, we call them formulas because they are measured out to the gram. So here I have 510 grams of whole wheat flour. Okay, this is a freshly milled whole wheat flour I can get locally, but I do love King Arthur's whole wheat flour. I also love Caputo's whole wheat flour. So you can choose what you want to use. Just know that each manufacturer, each mill is a little bit different. So you want to make sure that it's quite soft and wet dough. All right, so let's go forward. We've got our 510 grams of whole wheat flour. If you wanted to use 500 grams, that's fine too, because that's what we're used to. We're gonna add 355 grams of water that's warm and 100 grams of sourdough starter. So that's nothing different about that. So we're just gonna go ahead and mix that in. And to that, I've got melted butter. I've got 2.5 tablespoons of melted butter in with 113 grams of honey. I like to mix the two of them together so I can get it out of the bowl. I also added 9 grams of salt. So let me review real quick. We've got 155 grams of water. We've got 100 grams of sourdough starter, 113 grams of honey, 510 grams of whole wheat, these 35 grams of melted butter, which is roughly about 2.5 tablespoons of butter, 9 grams of salt. All right, so you'll see that this is gonna be a very wet dough, but the reason that people get bricks out of their whole wheat bread is because they make them too dry and then there's no leavening in there, and so it just doesn't have anywhere to go because whole wheat will keep absorbing that water and absorbing. And this is true for all whole grains. The misconception I think that people have is that whole wheat is so much better for us than unbleached, unbrominated white flour. And I would say that even though it has more bran and it has more fiber, that's not actually true. Because to make it really palatable, you need to add a lot of things in it. So you need to add either milk powder or honey or something else. It's not as tasty. I do have a formula that I'm gonna share with you that's just very plain, but it's not as tasty as it is just plain. So I want you to keep that in mind because I don't want you to be fooled. All right, we'll come back and we'll take a look at this in half an hour. This is what the dough looks like after half an hour. I'm gonna give it some folds. Let's bake this 100% whole wheat. I'm gonna flip it out just like we would any other time. We're gonna score it. Find a knife. This time I'm just gonna use a regular knife to score it. So we're gonna come across and do 2 slashes. It doesn't expand as much. Now we're going to find our bowl over here. Flip that upside down. You can sprinkle it with some flour if you want to. If you want a little more contrast, we'll do that real quick. A little bit, not a whole lot, but just a little. And it goes 20 minutes covered, 20 minutes uncovered. We'll show you what it looks like. It's uncovered for the last 20 minutes. You can see it's risen nicely. And it goes. And here it is. It's a thing of beauty. You'll see that it's quite firm right now, but it will soften up as it starts to cool.